Val. What you making today?
Hey, y'all. Okay, so today, all I'm making is just some regular cornbread because I felt like when I made that Jiffy cornbread, I got challenged, okay?
Yeah.
I'm just making some regular old cornbread because what I'm doing is I'm prepping for Thanksgiving coming up next week. And somebody actually was talking to me earlier and they didn't realize that you're supposed to make your cornbread and your cornbread is supposed to be a couple days old for your...
Oh, you trying to be shady, Heifer? You know that was me.
So Kim earlier today said that she makes her cornbread the very same day that she makes her cornbread dressing. And she said, there's always something missing. Maybe that's because you're making the cornbread the very same day is too soft. So either way, y'all, we're not gonna keep beating up on Kim, but Kim, no. Okay, guys, so either way. We're going to be making some traditional cornbread. Now, I grew up in Mississippi, and one of my responsibilities in the house when we cooked was Valerie was always responsible for making the cornbread. Somehow my mama attached that to me, but whatever. What's up, mama? So what we need is about 3 tablespoons of butter, 2 eggs, some milk, and everything will be on the Vittles with Valerie page, guys. But 2 eggs, 2 cups of flour, 2 cups of yellow cornmeal, a dollop of mayonnaise, which is about a tablespoon, some baking soda or some baking powder, and some sugar. So let's go ahead and get started. And thank you, Kim, for coming over.
You're welcome. I just gotta say, if your sister is watching, Carmen, don't you start no mess with me today.
Is she
now,
here?
It's Saturday. I don't know. I can't tell. I'm trying to figure this thing out.
Hey, baby. It's Carmen. Okay, y'all. So the butter is already melted because you just want to make sure that you can mix your butter in. So make sure that your butter is melted, but don't make the butter hot because if the butter's hot, once you start putting your milk and your eggs in, it's going to try to cook it, okay? Usually I crack my eggs first, but since I was doing this video, I just wanted y'all to see that the butter was melted, okay? But either way, it's okay.
Girl, so did you see the latest episode of Tamar and Brent and then?
The latest one. Oh, yeah, I just watched that last night.
What did you think about it?
I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I think they're just having a hard time, but you know, marriage is difficult. Anybody who's been married for more than 5 years, you should know, or just a couple years. I don't know. It just depends on who your partner is, but this thing is difficult. It's hard. It gets hard. It's nice, but it gets hard.
Yeah, I noticed that on shows like that, they've been, you know, really talking about real issues lately. It just made me think about it because one of the girls was, you know, they had a cooking competition, so I thought about you and cooking.
My sisters, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, so my family, they're going to be here next week, so that's going to be cool.
What's that?
Oh, this is baking powder. And it's a little bit, well, hold on, to see, there we go. About 2 teaspoons.
You're not going to measure that?
No.
Okay.
I don't have to measure that, girl. Right now, guys, butter, our milk, 2 tablespoons of sugar, and some baking powder.
Okay.
Now I'm going to put in a dollop of mayonnaise. Actually, I'm going to put in a little bit more because this is going to be a big pan of cornbread. So just a real nice heap of mayonnaise from your tablespoon. Okay, going ahead and get that blended in there real good. And then I'm going to continue to put my other dry ingredients. Right now, the oven is preheating at 350, and my cast iron skillet is in there. Now I have a bigger cast iron skillet because I'm going to be making a large amount of cornbread for my dressing. Okay, so now we're going to add in 2 cups of flour,
Oh, that's nice and creamy.
and the texture is going to come in, Kim, once you put the meal in here, because you know flour has a really smooth consistency.
Since you're cooking this cornbread so far in advance, how are you going to make sure it stays fresh?
Oh, it's going to be fine. I'm going to freeze it.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So I'm going to put another thing of flour.
Baking is like science.
It is, completely.
So you mentioned you used to be the one cooking cornbread all the time.
That's right. And just keep it right there. I think I'm going to add a little bit of this heavy whipping cream.
Okay.
It's not going to hurt it, but I wanted to add some of this too for the richness. Now you guys don't have to do this. This is just, I had some of this laying around from last time and I wanted to use it.
I like that you teach people, you know, how to not waste food, because I tell you, we go grocery shopping probably on a weekly basis, but sometimes it feels like just as much as I buy, I'm throwing away just as much. And you and Liddell do a good job of putting
The shade. You're like, y'all cheap.
Girl,
No.
Terry Williams and Tara Myers have joined us.
Oh, hey, y'all. What's up? Thank y'all for coming on. Oh, Kim, will you go over there and let them see that the cast iron skillet is in the oven?
Sure.
And that it's preheating while I'm continuing to get this ready?
Now this might be just a little extra. Now I don't know anybody that preheats the skillet before they put the cornbread in. But if you've ever, I never had a clue about this. And every time I've ever had your cornbread, it's always delicious.
Oh, girl, I never realized.
Always.
I'm sorry, Kim. I'm just gonna get a bigger.
Look at Smokey.
Y'all say what's up? Okay, now it's all coming together.
So how many sisters do you have, Valerie?
I have 2 sisters. One of my sisters was a twin, though. Yeah, so we're not going to discuss that. That's a little bit depressing, but yeah.
Oh, look at this.
They're probably watching. See somebody that
That
don't
was
know.
Erica.
That's somebody that don't know that I'm on. That I'm on here. Okay, y'all. So everything is blended. So now we're gonna come over and put it into. Bye, Smokey. Put it into our. Oops, in my face.
There's something about a hot cast iron skillet that just says, oh, this is going to be all right.
Okay. So we're going to put a little bit of that oil in there. And this skillet is nice and hot. So that means when you drop this cornbread in there, y'all, it's going to give it a nice, sexy sizzle. Cook it for 25 to 30 minutes. If you're not used to making regular cornbread, then it may have to be, you may want to check it. But don't open your oven. When you're checking your cornbread or when you're baking anything, you don't open your oven because you'll let the heat escape. So if you have a light, just turn on the light. Okay, let's see, y'all hear that sizzle?
Oh, yeah.
That's what you want. That's what you want. And also the mayonnaise, when you use it in jiffy cornbread, it cuts the sweetness a little bit too.
Girl, you are making magic happen. Look at that, y'all.
Okay. Okay, y'all. So let me get this out the way.
So going back to the measurements,
Okay.
I have baked cakes in the past, and I swear, if I don't follow the recipe to the T, they
And I'm
don't.
just going to set this only because we're on live, so I just want to make sure.
Gotcha. If I don't measure it to the T, they
Make sure I
don't.
look
It
cute
doesn't
just
come
'cause my boo
out
watching. I'm sorry.
perfect. Look, now I'm trying to say.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Now
You're
look,
serious?
yes.
Okay.
About going back to the measurements.
Okay.
I just find it really interesting how you didn't really have to measure that I mean, I know you said you've been making it since you was 5 years old, but anyway, whatever.
So it's muscle memory, right? Because my mother worked as a RN for many years. She retired about 8 years ago, but either way. So once she taught me and my sister Carmen how to cook, she never returned in the kitchen. I mean, we were like 8 years old cooking greens, cabbage, meatloaf, fried chicken, fried pork chops, smothered pork chops. Yeah, it was like 5th grade. She went, I'm done. My little sister, that's why she just learned how to cook like a couple years ago. But anyway. Okay, y'all, well, I'll post a follow-up. Hey, if y'all were on there, can y'all at least share the video? I mean, can you start sharing the videos? That would be cool.
Noreen just joined, and Kendra Bradley says, hey.
Oh, hey, Kendra. Hey, boo-boo. Esquire. Okay, I think I'm done now. Bye, y'all.